All right, so this is a pretty complicated question, but we're going to break it down easily. So we got our red blood cell antibody screening. There's a 26-year-old woman, Gravata 2 Para 1, delivers a term male infant in vaginal delivery. The newborn has jaundice within 12 hours of birth. He's found to have anemia, elevated bilirubin, positive Coombs test. First child also blood A. Mother's type is O negative, and the antibody screening reveals high titers of both anti-A and anti-B in the IgG class. Okay, what on earth is happening here? Well, let's dive in. Hemolytic disease of the fetus and newborn is what's in question. And so the additional finding that's going to be found in the infant is going to be the erythroblastosis and nucleated red blood cells on the peripheral smear. So let's talk about this concept really quickly so we can know what the heck is going on. So if we had, for instance, an infant with a blood type A and a mother with blood type B, and the mother has anti-A antibodies and the baby is healthy with no hemolysis, then a question might ask, let's scroll down. Then the question might ask, why didn't the maternal antibodies harm the baby? Because the mom has anti-A and the infant's got type A negative. So why isn't it harming the baby? Well, what we need to understand is that hemolytic diseases of the fetus and newborn occur when the mom makes IgG antibodies against the baby's red blood cell antigens. IgGs cross the placenta, but anti-A, like this guy, and anti-B, and blood type A and B moms are actually IgM. And IgM, what we need to know about IgM, is a pentamer. It's large. It cannot cross the placenta. And so there's no fetal hemolysis. However, if you have a type O mom, then you can make IgG, anti-A, and anti-B. And these can cross the placenta, causing hemolysis in the fetus. And so looking at this new, harder question, right, it's a little bit more difficult, but the core concept is the same. So I'll explain how to answer this question. So we have an ABO compatibility with a type O mom. So we'll write this down. We have an ABO compatibility with the type O mom. She can make Ig, anti-A, and anti-B bodies, right? And IgG crosses the placenta. And it attacks the fetal red blood cells. And that causes hemolysis, anemia, jaundice, and the positive Coombs test. And there's also this thing, let me just paste it here, erythroblastosis fetalis. So that's when there's severe hemolysis in the fetus and the newborn, and the bone marrow will compensate by releasing immature red blood cells. And these nucleated red blood cells, the erythroblasts, will show up on a peripheral smear. And so that's a classic feature of ABO and RH incompatibility. And so it's erythroblastosis and nucleated red blood cells on a peripheral smear, right? Type O moms can make IgG bodies that go through the placenta, and this causes hemolysis of the A and B. And that's pretty much all we need to know about this. But you might see another example of this question would be if you've got, a woman who has the infant blood of A negative and the mother's is B negative, and there's high levels of anti-A antibodies, but the hemolysis does not occur. And what's the reason why? It's because it's class IgM. So hopefully that's helpful. A little bit about blood.